Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Monday, March 29th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVCPhuket. Visit them on Facebook. Phuket will be the first and so far only province to reopen to vaccinated international tourists with no quarantine starting July 1st, after approval was given last Friday and will be formalized this week with expected approval from the cabinet in Bangkok. It's one of two essential approvals, but so far all indications are that this will actually go through. The plan is this. From April to June, all vaccinated foreign arrivals to Phuket, Krabi, Phang Nga, Koh Samui, Pattaya, and Chiang Mai can quarantine for just 7 days, not 14 days. Then, starting July 1st, vaccinated foreign tourists who arrive in Phuket will no longer have to quarantine, although their activities would be restricted to certain routes on the island for the first week of their trip. Then after that week, these tourists can then go visit other locations around Thailand. The last part here about no quarantine for vaccinated foreign arrivals in July only goes for Phuket. It's called the Phuket Sandbox model. And between October and December, this Phuket Sandbox model of no quarantine for vaccinated foreign tourists, it will expand to 5 tourism provinces: Surat Thani, Krabi, Chonburi, Chiang Mai, and Phang Nga. A full reopening of Thailand is expected in January, according to officials. The Tourism Authority of Thailand expects about 6.5 million foreign visitors in the country this year after the reopening, and estimate about 100,000 foreign arrivals in Phuket from April to June, with more from July on. It's all contingent on Phuket achieving herd immunity, with about 70% of the island vaccinated before July 1st, meaning the first round inoculations in Phuket would have to begin in April. The TAT governor said this over the weekend. Phuket is better equipped to serve as the sandbox model to accommodate tourists first, as the government will expedite the 2-dose vaccination process for at least 70% of the population in Phuket before July 1. Any foreign tourist who wish to arrive in Phuket during that time would have to show a vaccine certificate, a vaccine passport, or International Air Transport Association travel pass. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Patong, Phuket Town, and Chalong all have new mayors according to the preliminary results of the municipal elections held across Phuket yesterday. The Phuket office of the Election Commission of Thailand, the PEC, revealed the preliminary winners to the Phuket News Thai language sister paper, Kao Phuket, this afternoon. Over 230,000 eligible voters turned out to cast their votes across 12 municipalities in Phuket yesterday, but the PEC chiefs cautioned that the official results might take 30 to 60 days to announce. Among the unofficial winners announced today was Chalermsak Manisri, who won the election for Patong Mayor, number 1 on the ballot. He'd been mayor of Patong in 2002 after his brother, Surasak, was removed from office for election fraud. He was dismissed the year after for election fraud also, along with the whole Patong Council at the time. Over in Phuket Town, longtime Mayor Somjai Suwansupana surprisingly lost to the former councillor for the Phuket Obojo, Saroj Ankanapilas, who number 2 on the ballot. Over in Chalong, incumbent Mayor Samran Jindapon appears to have lost his seat to Miss Danapon Ong Santipap, number 3 on the ballot. In Karon, Jadit Wijarason is said to have won, while in Chengtele, Nakarin Yorsen Gratas took the mayoral seat. According to the preliminary counts, Arun Solos has so far kept his seat as mayor of Rawai. Again, the results will be made official within the next 30 to 60 days, but for a preliminary list of the winners, visit thephuket.news.com. Reports out of Myanmar cite escalating violence and civilian deaths as the military continues to crack down on protesters there. And here in Thailand, the Prime Minister, a former army general himself, is denying that the Thai government is supporting Myanmar using force against its own people. Fielding questions in Bangkok, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, who himself led a military coup of an elected government in Thailand 7 years ago, he was asked about Thailand military representatives present at a ceremony in the neighboring country to celebrate Myanmar's annual Armed Forces Day on Saturday. Thailand was one of several nations in attendance, joining China, Russia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and Laos. The Prime Minister said that Thailand is simply maintaining its ties with Myanmar to stay on top of political developments and the level of the ongoing violence. Saturday was Myanmar's Armed Forces Day, and reports out of the country say that 107 to 114 people nationwide were killed, in the highest daily death toll since the Myanmar military coup on February 1st. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Prayut did say that Thailand is preparing for an influx of refugees from Myanmar as the violence escalates. Phuket Xtra will be right back after this. For the best mosquito screens available in Thailand, contact PVCPhuket on Facebook today. Welcome back to Phuket Xtra. Australian Ambassador to Thailand Anna McKinnon was in Phuket over the weekend to decorate long-term Phuket expat Wal Brown with an Order of Australia medal for his outstanding service to the community. It all took place in a small ceremony held at the Australian Consulate General in Phuket on the bypass road. Wal is recognized for his coordination and support of the Police Volunteer Program in Patong and the International Liaison Volunteer Program supporting the Region 8 Police, logging some 100,000 hours of work on the streets of Phuket. The volunteer program, which he launched in 2010 in Patong, had grown to over 40 volunteers altogether, speaking 22 languages. 39 new COVID cases announced in Thailand today, as well as 2 deaths over the weekend. One of them was a 75-year-old bedridden COVID patient who only tested positive last Tuesday. The other death was a 45-year-old diabetic man in Nakhon Pathom province. The death toll rises to 94. In addition, the new case total for the nation rises to 28,773, including weekend cases. 95% of total patients have recovered. And that's it for Phuket Xtra today, brought to you by PVCPhuket. Visit them on Facebook. Thanks again for joining us. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.